playing home. I got kicked out previously. I'm not sure why. Sometimes the broadcast is crappy. This is the beginning stage area, so I just picked up a flashlight. Uh, Checking the area out here. Looks like diarrhea on the floor. I don't know what that is. Let's open the door. That house. Where was I? What is that? There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I think we should be less concerned of who it is, rather, why there's a dead body on the floor with just covered in blood. That is a condom. It is. Look at it. That's what it is. Oh, kitty, don't leave. Alright, let's just go downstairs. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. Who's Rachel? I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, trying to find a way out. So let's go to the basement to find a way out, I guess. Who's Rachel? Oh, I guess we weren't in the basement. Maybe we should go upstairs and check everything out. Plants, window, leak. Oh, another door. The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Yeah! Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? Probably because this is your house. Ew! Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Murder! Oh man, I had to get out of there. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get framed for something you maybe didn't do. I don't know. Let's just say this guy's name is Steve, and Steve, you're looking pretty guilty. Let's go back downstairs. Alright, let's head to the right here. Ooh, bookshelf. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. It seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Where are you, Steve? Oh, what's that noise? An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. Sounds like a good time. The smell was turning my stomach. Well, sorry, Steve. Sorry that a good time turns your stomach. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guessed. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Of course. I slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. I'm not sure why, but hey, take it. Couldn't hurt. Alright, let's keep going. What is that a mouse? It looks crazy. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Holy crap. Let me tell you about mouse traps. If it was stuck in a mouse trap, its whole body would be exploded. It must have just got caught on its tail or something. And where did the mouse trap go? Did Steve keep it? Another condom. A collection of rusty tools. These look like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? Somebody needs to clean this house up. What's this? A photo similar to the old one I picked up. It's been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? Of course. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Sneaky, sneaky. Let's continue going downstairs. Another condom. Uh-oh. Jeez. The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guessed it led to the kitchen. The smell? What did it smell like? The switch on the wall worked. The door had been unlocked. How did you know it was locked? Steve, you weren't even down here yet. Is that a crib? Or cage? The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I had found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Sure. I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. Yes. Not yet. We'll come back to you, ladder. What? There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names was written down, but they were too smudged to read. If only I could make out a few of the notes. Keycard, Ocker, last one, I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. I'm sure it will later. Mousy. Trophy. It's all blurred out on your end, but I got a trophy. Yes! And there's nothing else in here. No. Alright, useless room. Let's keep looking around. Mirror. I look like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. You're a mess, Steve. A mess. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wondered if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning, or him. I don't know, why don't you be a little more sexist? What's this? There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Alright, let's get out of here. Ha. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Why can't we just... It literally just looks like a shelf and a desk. Or technically he could really just climb over the desk. Oh, too much work. Have to find another way out. Game logic. Alright, let's go back to this ladder. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Of course! I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible shape, but I had to get out. What's this? Footprints in the dirt. Look like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Places all over were marked on the old map of town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Lots of papers. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos. Photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more. Tried to find some good information. What? Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first, and I needed to see what else was down there. What? Rachel? Let's keep going. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? Looks like a basement. Which way am I supposed to go? Let's go left. The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. H, F, A, H, O, R, F, O, R. None of it made any sense to me. Door. Wow, this is scarier in the other room. There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? I'm pretty sure you've got more than just the bathroom to clean here, Sherry. Get up there! Alright, so nothing else in here. Weird looking bones. Look at her face. It's like... Alright, what else we got in here? Ladder. Some kind of homemade rack, slung together with poorly cut wood and rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Did they? Ha ha ha. Oh. Rusted hooks like the kind you'd find in a butcher hung from the ceiling. They looked pitted and worn from heavy use. That man upstairs, did he do this? Ha ha ha. Crudely made shelves, they looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. What do they say, Steve? Ah. It looked like a cage? It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. Like blood. Looks like blood. Or meatloaf. Meatloaf possibility. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remembered throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing here? I mean, if you're throwing them out, they're anybody's now. What's that noise? That's not a friendly noise. Rats! Well, that was that. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Jeez. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Of course. Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easily to descend. What the heck? You talking to me? Are you talking to me? Is that you, Rachel? I don't appreciate you whispering to me here. What? Okay, wait, what? This. I had the rope now. There must have been a use for it around somewhere. Alright, here we go. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes! What the heck? I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. Bah! Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay. What else? Ha. That looks like a face. Like, do you see the eyes? It looks like a jack-o'-lantern. A bunch of old newspaper wheat pasted together. Wheat pasted? A message had been hastily smudged on it. Keep out! Danger due to cave-in. Well then, I'm definitely going in! Foreboding music. Sounds. It's never a good sound. My hands tingled from the burn of sliding down that rope. It was lucky I found that. Who knows what would have happened if I had jumped down. Still, it was all I could do to not have rushed out of that awful place. That rack, those horrible tools. What the hell was going on back there? The metal door groaned as I leaned into it, causing my heart to skip a beat at the sound. As I peered ahead into the dark of the next room, I worried that I should have taken that gun I saw. But me? With a gun? What gun? There was a gun? I didn't see a gun. Did I miss a gun? Should I go back and get the gun? Huh. Well then. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there. It was so high up that must have been a sore landing. Not that high up. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. It's usually what's mixed with dirt. Up or down, up or down. Let's go through this door. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Water? Hey, really obvious exit. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? Of course. Somehow the knife seemed a better idea than the gun in that tunnel. What gun? disgusting! It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? Of course. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. Who has VCRs these days? Raise your hands. Steve does. Why would you just take a random tape out of somebody's trash? Steve, you're gonna find some stuff on there you don't want to see. What's this? That was a whole lot of nope. The door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Ew. Why are you smelling the door, Steve? This one's open. I don't like that sound. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. Well then. What's this? I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? Sure. Well, whatever that was stopped. This door? I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did it turn it anyway? Yeah. Let's go through this door. Let's just go all over the place. Just turning valves all over the place. Yeah. That one didn't do much. Yeah, it's turning all the valves. Who knows what they do? Valve's a, you know, Steve's a valve turning man. Maybe that unlocked the first door. Nope. Let's go back to the exit. Yes! There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. That's most likely what those valves were for. Let's check it out. I feel like I can read this stuff now. So that's a locked door. Okay, that made the sound go off, so that's a good thing, right? There we go. Alright, excellent. I just have a crazy feeling Steve's gonna get killed or something. Or he killed a bunch of people. It is a huge possibility. Alright, sweet. What? Looked like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Yes! I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd-shaped I had no idea what it might open. Ha 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 ha. Dun 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 dun. What is this stuff? Looks like pieces of the wall dripping down. The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? Where was I anyway? Why is there a facility in someone's basement? The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. Let me in! Alright, so let's go upstairs. Another door. What is this? There's blood. Nope. Camera. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what had happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. Wouldn't there be a tape in there? Holy crap. I found another dead body. A sewer worker. By the wounds all over his face and body, I figured he'd been stabbed repeatedly. There was a keyring sticking out of the man's pocket. Did I take it? Well, yeah. I thought about the knife I had found with some disgust as I carefully picked the keys from his pocket. I was almost worried he was gonna grab me. Oh, don't get me. Come on, Steve. You don't really believe that stuff, do you? At least I have like a ton of keys. There was a hint of fresh air here. I must have been near an exit, but I wondered, what did that key I found on the sewer worker do, and what was on the videotape I found? So, go back. We don't want to leave loose ends. Let's see if his key opens this door down here. Use the key ring. Yes! Ooh, are these lots of videos? The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized, though covered in dust. Looked like the tape I found was the one that was missing from the shelf. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wondered what was on the VHS tape I found. Did I put the tape? Yeah. Oh no. The video showed a man right there in the sewers being attacked. The tape looked fuzzy and stretched like somebody had tampered with it. It looked like there could have been two men. Whoa, two men. YOLO. Can I watch any of the other videos? I couldn't stand to watch that video again. Didn't really tell me what was on it. I was kind of hoping it would like actually play the video so I could see it. Steve. Ha ha ha. Alright. Oh, there's another one. This must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever used it could have gotten past that flooded room with this. The knife I now carried in my boot weighed heavily upon my mind, as did my sore leg. The thought of that videotape, though, still gave me chills. Who was it that didn't want to be seen, and what was in that locked room? As I climbed that ladder, I felt a terrible need to get out as soon as possible. Reaching the top, I pushed on the heavy lid above me, and the putrid smell of the sewer gave way to the scent of pine trees. So I'm outside. How do I get up there? You're just gonna have to jump, Steve. An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. Did I extend the ladder? Yeah. I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Alright, let's see what's over here first. I tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had become strangely chilly. Not really sure which way I'm supposed to go. I want to make sure I get everything. Let's just go back real quick. Alright, there's more this way. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on the map I'd seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here, the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Oh man, there's a lot going on here. Alright, so let's go back to the water tower. Birds! In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Sure. I folded the wallet and returned it to my back pocket. It looked nicked up somehow and really worn. There weren't any cards or ID in it. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. How do you know it was yours? From the railing, I could see over the woods and down to the entrance to the sewers. Had I come through there before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. Huh. Steve, do you even know where you are? I mean, honestly. What is this place? The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Well then, this place is a mess. An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to the old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course! The map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing, coming back here? How do you know that person wasn't you, Steve? You're a sneaky little dude. In the torn opening of the ruined train were heaps of dirt and stale water. At the bottom I thought I saw a scrap of cloth. As I looked closer, I could see that it was definitely some kind of nylon, maybe a windbreaker or some other outdoor clothing. There was too much of a mess on the ground to see any kinds of footprints, but someone or something had definitely trod a regular path. That's all we got in this corner. Back in the house. The ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined the counter, faded remains of old schedules and reports. Among the papers were newer looking scribbles and illegible notes. Come to think of it, the man in that house had kept similar scribbles hidden on his bookshelf, and he had notes on the water tower outside, too. I guess he could have been coming here, but why? What was he using this old station for? The world may never know. What's this bag? I don't know, Steve. Why don't you ask him? Alright, so all set in this area. Looks like the place we have to go is the forest area. Lots of options. Alright, so let's go this area first. Through the bushes. It looks like a huge boulder. What's this? Trampled in the dirt and grass was a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. Yes! I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was definitely mine. It was mine. Did I take it back? Of course I did. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license too for the car that I have that's hidden here. Of course. Alright, I think that leads back to where I was. Through the fence I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wondered if I could find my way around. Guess I can't go that way. Oh, okay. I see. What is that? What's that? What's that? What's that? There was a fire pit there. It was still a bit warm, and a few embers still burned at the bottom. Alright, I'm gonna end it here, and the video is like 30 minutes long already, so, I'm gonna end it here, and I'm gonna start up another one. So, yeah, I'll see you in this video.